Today we're playing the Gifts Ungiven plus Past in Flames combo deck known as Gift Storm in Modern, but we're also playing Vivi Ornitier from Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. Let's go check it out. This is Modern Gift Storm, and I recorded this video roughly 2 months ago. You can find that in the card above, where I went 5-0 undefeated. But a lot of the feedback in the comments section was all about why am I playing Consider over Preordain, which I actually covered in that deck tech. It's because it works better when you're running cards like main deck Spell Pierce, so that way you can hold open Spell Pierce, or you can Consider on the end step, that sort of thing. But another thing that was really popular was, why am I only playing Brawl, Chief of Compliance, and then Rail Monsoon Mage as my enablers? If I played a creature with a third name, I could Gifts Ungiven for them. That's true, but it's not something that really comes up that often. In fact, I've played a lot of Gift Storm in my life, and maybe once or twice it was ever relevant. So today we are playing that option because we're playing Vivi Ornitier from Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. If you're unfamiliar with Vivi, it's 1 blue and a red, and Vivi is a 0/3 wizard, and it has an ability of add mana equal to Vivi's power. It's either blue or red, and then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Vivi, and then it pings the opponent. So basically you grow your Vivi, and then you have this activated ability that can add a bunch of red or blue mana, and that's the idea. It's not a traditional enabler like the Brawl Chief of Compliance or even Rail Monsoon Mage, but it's the next best thing, and it's a backup win condition. So other than that, the deck list is exactly the same. So if you're interested in why I'm playing something, go check out that previous video. There's a lot of really good info in it, but also it's a pretty sweet league. We're going to keep this one short and sweet, and I will see you in the first round. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop, or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We're on the draw with Gift Storm. Our opponent's taking a mulligan. I will keep this. And this is a hand that I think is fine. We're lacking a clear game plan. We don't have a Gifts Ungiven. There's no reducer. That said, we have lands and spells, and we're a deck that requires a lot of resources in order to win, so I'd like to keep this. Alright, what are you up to, opponent? Basic Island, and they pass. Flame of Anor, not a terrible draw. I'll play the Misty Rainforest and pass. So my gut tells me that we're probably not going to have to Spell Pierce, and I'd like to use the Surveil land. Is this a Preordain? What are you doing? So I could have played the Sink into Stupor as a land untapped and Lightning Bolted myself, but I don't really want to do that. And usually blue decks don't play something I have to Spell Pierce on the second turn. They play their own Sink into Stupor. Spicy. Alright, not quite sure what they're playing quite yet. It's not Belcher, because if it was Belcher, there wouldn't be a basic island. We'll grab the Thundering Falls. Gifts Ungiven. I think we keep that. I will play the Sink into Stupor as a land tapped and pass. We do want to draw land number 3. I thought about playing the Sink into Stupor untapped, so that way I could cycle Manamorphose on the end step. But I'd rather just wait and see what I draw before wasting a card that actually matters. There's a Saga. Are you like an 8-cast deck that isn't playing artifacts? Cameo, sure. Another Spell Pierce. Okay, I guess we'll cycle Manamorphose. Blue-red. Brawl, my good friend. Let's play the Brawl. I could have played the Manamorphose, hoping to spike land number 3, but I think I'd rather just pass here. And the Brawl resolved, which is good. And so far, they have not shown a color that removes Brawl from the table. So I like that too. It looks like it is in fact an 8-cast deck. They have 3 cards. We'll take 0 from the Tameo. They create a clue token. And now they're passing. So this could be a window for us to win. Consider. Let's play the Pyretic Ritual. And I'm glad that I didn't burn the Manamorphose now, because it's going to give me double Spell Pierce backup. They're going to counterspell. The Spell Pierce here doesn't help me because they have 2 open mana. Let's play Consider. We don't need the gifts. We'll play the Otawara. Pass the turn. I guess we could attack. Hiya, take one. Now Urza's Saga goes to the third chapter. It looks like they're not going to make a construct token. Ooh, are you? Okay, they thought twice. And they are going to make a construct token. That's very good for me here. I love that. If they grab something like a Soul Guide Lantern, I do have the Flame of Anor. Like, we can set up a win that beats a Graveyard Hate piece here off of the Urza Saga, and they do grab a Soul Guide Lantern. It's unfortunate that they get to exile my graveyard or whatever, but I think we're going to be okay. Now they play a Darksteel Citadel. They attack with the Tamiyo. Sure. We will draw. I'd really like another red source. Instead, we drew Sink in a Stupor. So I could Flame of Anor to kill the Tamiyo and the Soul Guide Lantern. Or I could kill the Construct. But I'm at 19. I don't think I care about the Construct. I think we'll Flame of Anor and try to spike the... So I'm going to draw 2 and destroy an artifact. So I will draw 2. We'll destroy the Soul Guide Lantern. Is this Metallic Rebuke? It is. I will Spell Pierce. And this actually gives me another look at drawing a red mana. So Spell Pierce on the... I'm sorry, I can't talk. Metallic Rebuke. And now we get to trigger the Brawl. So we will draw a card. They're going to use this in response to me drawing a card. Probably should have waited on that one. Yes. And we drew the red source. I'll get rid of the Spell Pierce. So this only gives me 4 mana. Unless I draw something off of the Manamorphose. I'll get rid of the Spell Pierce, though. I guess I have 2 draws off the Flame here. So I could still draw another Ritual, and then I'd be in a winning position. We did not. Okay. So I've played 2 spells. Need to think through this. So we can fetch, grab a red source, which would be Steam Vents. Ouch, I go down to 16. I can play Pyretic Ritual. I have enough to play Gifts Floating 1. And I've played 2 spells. So I think the line here, and I could be wrong, is we're going to Gifts Floating 1. Hope that they give me some mana. And then we could play the Rail and try to flip it with like 1 or 2 flips. Or I can just try again next turn. Yeah, we didn't draw any more mana. So now I'll play the Gifts Ungiven. This is the 5th spell. We'll choose Past in Flames, Desperate Ritual, Manamorphose, and Pyretic Ritual. There's also the possibility that our opponent messes up here and just gives me something that allows me to win. Like if they give me Ritual Morphos, for example, and they didn't. Okay, I believe we're going to pass. And I can always try to win next turn. It's not the end of the world. I had a few opportunities to win that if I drew some more mana. We didn't. We'll be okay. So now they'll attack with a Construct. I'm not going to block. I will gladly take 6 down to 10. They play a Thoughtcast. Okay. This flips the Tamiyo. They plus the Tamiyo. They still have 3 cards in their hand. Mox Opal. 2 cards remain. And they sacrifice a Clue token. Interesting that they didn't use the Darksteel Citadel. Okay, well, I guess they had double Mox Opal. That would be why. We drew Stock Up. Okay. Let's begin by playing Pyretic Ritual. That resolved. Play the Island. And let's play Rail Monsoon Mage. And then we'll play Stock Up for 1 mana. Trigger the Rail. We'll say Tails. We lose the flip. We go to 9. Stock Up. No mana in there. Wow. Okay. I was expecting some amount of mana. We'll take Vivi and Otawara. So I could just play Vivi and then Otawara to bounce the Construct. Or I could jam the Past in Flames floating a red. And then I could, if they counter it, I could still Otawara the Construct. We'll play Past in Flames. Trigger the Rail. I feel like they likely have another Metallic Rebuke. We'll say Tails. We win the flip. I don't think I want to transform the Rail quite yet. Say no. And here comes the Metallic Rebuke. It's Sink in a Stupor. Okay. So this gets returned to my hand. We will bounce the Construct and get in there for 1. I guess I'll attack the Tamiyo. This way if they... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about the plus on Tamiyo. My bad. So it doesn't matter. So they could return Counterspell this turn with the Tamiyo. They sacrifice a clue token. They love tapping that Mox Opal. If they tap both copies of Darksteel Citadel, it gives more of a... I have to respect more cards because they have more blue mana available. But for some reason, they don't seem very concerned with that. Another Mox Opal. Okay. Emery, Lurker of the Lock. Sure. Okay, so they have 2 cards in hand, one of which is a counterspell. So play the Misty. We can fetch. Grab an island. So if I start the turn by playing Vivi, I don't think that actually goes how I want. So I could play Past in Flames plus Sync, and then I think it's a pretty easy win. I don't think there's a way to fit in the Vivi. Yeah, I don't see it. Because I guess in theory, so if I play Vivi, Past in Flames costs 2, I could use the Vivi mana to sync, but then I don't have any more mana. Yeah, it just doesn't work. We'll play Past in Flames. Trigger the Rail Monsoon Mage. They tails, we lose the flip. I go to 7. They counterspell, I will sink in a stupor. Rail triggers, say tails, we lose the flip, I go to 6. Past in Flames. Pyretic Ritual, trigger the rail, say tails, we win the flip. I don't want to risk dying. I'm going to flip it. Maybe I should have done that last turn. And now I'll play the Vivi. Play Pyretic Ritual, trigger Vivi. Desperate Ritual, trigger Vivi. Manamorphose. We might not even need to find Grapeshot this game. Another Manamorphose. Let's make a few more blue. Desperate Ritual. They're at 11. I will plus the rail, I suppose. And then we'll play Stock Up for 1 mana. We'll take Stock Up and Consider. Play another Stock Up. They go to 9. Manamorphose, Gifts Ungiven. Play Consider. Get rid of the Spell Pierce. So we found Wish, but I don't want a Grapeshot at this point. I just want to Vivi them. We'll say blue, blue. The other Vivi. We'll play Consider. Get rid of the Scalding Tarn. Aw, we found the Grapeshot. That's no fun. It really is no fun. Alright, I'll just Grapeshot them. Alright, no Vivi win this time. I know that I had Wish and a Grapeshot too, but I didn't want to do that. We win game number 1. Facing 8 cast. This is a deck in my past experiences does play things like Damping Sphere in the sideboard. The thing is, I don't know if I love Into the Floodmaw. I do think I like Flusterstorm. We could probably get rid of Considers. Maybe bring in like 2 Floodmaws. We'll try this. Well, this is a very good hand. We'll keep. Turn 1 Sink in a Stupor as a land. Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. Sure. Manamorphose. I mean, if they tap out and I draw another ritual, we could go for a turn 2 win. They play Urza's Saga. They swing. So one nice thing about being able to go for a turn 2 win is if we do draw the ritual, you don't even need to convert with the Past in Flames. You just have to play enough spells to trigger the rail. That said, they did not tap out. We'll grab the Thundering Falls. I don't need another Stock Up. We'll get rid of that. Well, we drew one anyway. Alright, I will play Rail Monsoon Mage. And they have the Metallic Rebuke. Bummer. The Urza Saga goes to the 2nd chapter. They attack with the Tamiyo again. Land number 3. Misty Rainforest. Alright, so we're going to try here to stock up. Grab a Steam Vents. I don't want to get cut off red mana. We'll play Stock Up. Desperate Ritual. And I think Manamorphose. Flusterstorm is a decent card. It's just, if they just make constructs, it puts me in a spot where I have to win quickly. The Metallic Rebuke was very good for them. It sent me pretty far back this game. And now they're tapping the Urza Saga. It looks like they're not going to make a construct here. They grab Soul Guide Lantern. They exile the Stock Up, okay. Aether Spellbomb. So now they have a removal spell for a creature too. Yeah, we're definitely in a tough spot. So I'll take 5 down to 11. The 4th Manamorphose. So let's start cycling at least a couple of these. Red, red. There's a Baral. They have 3 cards in hand, one of which could be a counterspell. They also have the Spell Bomb. I think I'll play the Brawl. See if it even resolves. And they do have Counterspell. Alright, so they had a highly interactive draw this game. They got to be on the play with turn 2 Metallic Rebuke into Soul Guide Lantern Spellbomb Counterspell. Like, sometimes you're just going to lose in Magic. It happens. So now we're going to take 8 here, going down to 2 life. And then we're in a spot next turn where we have to win through Graveyard Hate, and you likely can't use a creature with the Aether Spellbomb in play. Alright, so I will begin by cycling Manamorphose. If I hit a land, I could splice Desperate Ritual to start, which would be a lot of mana. And that's not one. So now we'll Manamorphose. Blue-red. We'll play the Pyretic Ritual. Third Counterspell. So I could Spell Pierce, but I just don't have enough mana to do anything here. I just don't think that this is like a fruitful thing. I'm going to concede. We've lost. We can go to the next one. So I'm aware that I could like play Ritual, Morphose, but there's no draw off of Manamorphose that keeps me in the game. So I'd rather just go to the next one. And we'll try it again. On the play. 5 lands, huh? I'm going to mulligan. This hand is very clunky. I think you're supposed to go to 5. This is the best hand we've seen. Keep. Is it crazy to get rid of the Wish? I know we don't have any payoff spells, but Wish into Gifts Ungiven is a ton of mana. I think I'm going to keep the double Ritual and just hope to draw Gifts Ungiven, which might be crazy, but I think it's the line. We'll play Thundering Falls, get rid of these Steam Vents, pass. Like, this gives me a real shot at winning, where, like, Ritual into Wish doesn't actually do anything. They play a Needle, sure. Rail Leyline Prodigy. Okay. Stock Up was a very good draw. I like that. We'll grab an island. Play the Brawl Chief of Compliance. Pass the turn. They play a land. It looks like they're just going to pass here. Looks like we will attack and pass. Swing. Don't have to play into their counter spells. Like, sometimes people would just, like, jam a Stock Up there, but, like, why would I play into 2 open blue mana? Like, I can just pass the turn. Even if I didn't draw the Spell Pierce, I would have passed. Like, make them do something if they're just going to sit pretty. They play a Saga. Sure. We draw an island. That probably changes things. I think now I'm willing to play the Stock Up. Because if they have a counterspell or Metallic Rebuke, I could counter it. We'll play the Stock Up. And I will Spell Pierce. So we get to trigger the Brawl. Get rid of the Steam Vents. That was my last untapped red source. We'll take Gifts Ungiven and Wish. Pass the turn. Saga goes to the second chapter. They still have 5 cards in hand. It looks like they're going to just pass. Flusterstorm. Okay. Heretic Ritual. Desperate Ritual. Looks like they're F6'd. Interesting. Gifts Ungiven target you. There should be a pretty stock pile here. We'll do Manamorphose, Heretic Ritual, Past in Flames, and then Desperate Ritual. Okay. We even have Flusterstorm backup. They gave us Manamorphose, Past in Flames. Okay. We'll do red, blue. We drew a land. I believe we still have a basic island. We do. Play Past in Flames. And that resolves. I'll now play Pyretic Ritual. So they just truly have nothing. Okay. Playing all the rituals. Manamorphose. We'll make blue. Another ritual. We'll cast Stock Up. Take Stock Up and Flame of Anor. Play another Stock Up. Storm is 13. We'll take Desperate Ritual and Manamorphose. Desperate Ritual. Play the Manamorphose. Storm is now 15. Blue. And we'll play Wish. And the opponent concedes. Nice. We've gotten match number 1 with Gift Storm in the year 2025. We got to play Vivi a little bit. Didn't get to win with it, though. Let's see if we can win with it in match number 2. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. For round number 2, we're on the draw again. We've opened up a stellar hand. We will keep. Our opponents also kept 7. We have 3 lands. We have the Vivi Ornitier, we have Gifts Ungiven, and we have Past in Flame. So the only thing we really need is more mana. Another Gifts Ungiven. We'll play Thundering Falls, keep the Manamorphose. That ends up making a mana if your Vivi Ornitier sticks around. Prismatic Vista, what are you playing? They grab a Waste and Chalice of the Void for 1, sure. Our deck has 7 1-drops in it. We'll play the Scalding Tarn and pass. So this is likely like a red prison strategy. I've seen like Cleansing Wildfire in these decks before. Could also be Eldrazi. And they name Eldrazi with the Secluded Courtyard. Eldrazi Linebreaker, sure. I'm just going to fetch and surveil. We'll grab the other Thundering Falls. Keep the island. And we'll take 4. Ouch. Play the island, and now we'll play the Vivi. Pass the turn. They play Unclaimed Territory, naming Eldrazi, so it is just like an Eldrazi deck. Weird that they let on a basic mountain. I mean, it obviously helps cast the Eldrazi Linebreaker, but... Okay, another Linebreaker. That hurts. So now I'm taking 10 down to 5. Okay. No blocks. Wish. We should probably start by cycling the Manamorphose. Trigger the Vivi. Red. We draw a land. Play the Misty. I'll fetch down to 4. Grab an island. So if I play Gifts Ungiven, Vivi would have 2 counters on it, which isn't really enough to do anything. What I could do is sink in a Stupor, bounce 1, and then use Vivi's mana ability to play Wish into Mind Collapse. And then I have a Vivi that's got a big old booty that's likely to live through another turn. We will bounce an Eldrazi Linebreaker. And then I'll use the Vivi's ability. We'll play Wish. And then Mind Collapse. Kill the Linebreaker. Sacrifice Thundering Falls. And pass the turn. So my Vivi could even block a Reality Smasher right now. Wastegate Battle Mage. I was not expecting that one. That hurts. Okay. Bazooka Bog. Oh, that's devastating. Okay. Play the Vivi. Ugin's Labyrinth. They have 6 mana. Another Linebreaker. Yeah. Well, I guess this is the one that I did. You bounce with Sink in a Stupor. So we lost this. The Wastegate Battle Mage got me. Ah, brutal. I just needed to draw more mana. Like, we saw 25% of our deck, and we saw 1 Manamorphose, and that was it. That hurt. Okay. I probably don't want Spell Pierce. Bring in into the Flood Maws. I don't mind Flame of Anor. And then we'll shave 2 copies of Consider. Let's try this. On the play for game number 2. So we have a single land hand. I mean, if you rip land 2, this hand is incredible. But the question, that's a big if. You have 1 Surveil. Like, on the draw, I think I would keep this. On the play, it's a lot more questionable. I think I'm going to send it back. Okay, we'll try this. Get rid of the 2nd copy of Wish. We have a Devourer of Destiny. We'll play Sink in a Stupor as a land and pass the turn. They exiled Bazooka Bog, Dismember, and Wastegate Battle Mage. Okay. Chalice of the Void on 1, so my Into the Flood Maw no longer does anything. We ripped the red land. That was actually very good. We'll play Baral, Chief of Compliance, pass the turn. There's only 6 1-mana value cards on our deck right now. We just happen to have 1 of them in our hand. Glaring Fleshraker. We'll play Steam Vents untapped, pass the turn. On their end step, I can play Gifts Ungiven. Eldrazi Temple. Chalice of the Void on 2. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. Okay. End step, we will play Gifts Ungiven. Target them. We'll grab Manamorphose, Desperate Ritual, Past in Flames, and Pyretic Ritual. They gave me the pair of rituals. I like that. We drew the land. We'll fetch, grab Steam Vents. Ouch. Play Sink in a Stupor, bouncing the Chalice of the Void on 2. Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, Flashback Past in Flames. And now we'll play Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, Manamorphose. We'll make blue, another Pyretic Ritual, target them with Gifts Ungiven, Past in Flames, Desperate Ritual, Manamorphose, and Pyretic Ritual. So I have Wish in hand. Normally you'd likely want to grab Grape Shot somewhere in here. I don't need to do that when I have the Wish. We'll play Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, play the Wish, and now we'll flashback Past in Flames, play the mana again. Storm is 16, Storm 17, Manamorphose, and then we'll play Wish as Storm 18. They're at 20. I don't know if I want to show them too much here. So I think I might just play Into the Floodmaw on the Fleshraker and allow it to be countered. Maybe I shouldn't have shown them that. Maybe I should have used the Sink in a Stupor. That was dumb. And then we'll Grape Shot them. Yeah, I shouldn't have shown them the Into the Floodmaw. That was a mistake. I should have used the Sink in a Stupor in the graveyard. I didn't want to show them something from my sideboard, but I could have also have played like a Consider from the sideboard. But if for some reason our opponent was waiting on Mindbreak Trap for a Grape Shot, I would lose the protection from Pact of Negation. So you had a lot of options there. We'll just resubmit and hopefully win game number 3 on the draw. Game number 3, we're on the draw. We've opened up a reasonable hand. There's no cost reducer, but you do have interaction with Floodmaw. Maybe the Grape Shot kills something. I'm going to try it. And they've mulliganed to 5. Now down to 4. Okay, digging for some hate here. They have 4 cards. Let's see what they're up to. Basic Forest and Relic of Progenitus. Sure. We'll play Thundering Falls, Surveil. Keep the Manamorphose on top. Pass. Now they play an Ugin's Labyrinth. They do not imprint. Okay. Chalice of the Void on 1. They love it. We'll play Steam Vents. Pass the turn. So next turn I can stock up, but I'd have to discard a card after. But I think that's actually okay because this Into the Floodmaw is essentially dead now. And they pass the turn. We draw a 3rd stock up. Okay. I'll play the Otawara and we'll play stock up. I definitely want the Vivi, and I think I want another land as well. And then we'll go to cleanup and I'll get rid of the Into the Floodmaw. They use the Relic to exile the Into the Floodmaw, sure. And they pass the turn. So we did see Dismember game 2 as a card that was exiled to the Devourer. So it's something I'm trying to keep in mind here. The Rail Monsoon Mage was a good draw. I think I just want to play Vivi and pass. They're going to pop the Relic, sure. They have 5 cards in hand now. They drew land number 3. Come on, just tap out for some Eldrazi I don't care about. You can do it. Just like Glaring Fleshraker, a card I do not care about. Alright, Scalding Tarn will fetch. This is definitely a turn where we're going to try to go for it. I'll grab Steam Vents. Play the Rail Monsoon Mage. And then we'll play Desperate Ritual. Triggers. We'll say Tails. We win the flip. No. Desperate Ritual. Play the Manamorphose. Vivi deals damage. Rail triggers. We'll say Tails. We win the flip again. How lucky. Blue-red. I will play stock up for 2 mana. Vivi gets a little larger. The rail triggers. I'm just going to auto-yield because I'm being lazy. Stock up. We'll take Desperate Ritual and Gifts Ungiven. Play Desperate Ritual. Triggers. Say Tails. We lose the flip. Play stock up. Storm 6. So it is Storm 6, but I've played Rail this turn, so I don't want to transform the Rail yet. That would be a bad idea. We'll take the pair of rituals. Play Desperate Ritual. Say Tails. We lose the flip. Play another Desperate Ritual. Say Tails. We lose the flip. Gifts Ungiven targeting you. This Vivi is very large. Rail triggers. We lose the flip. Yep. And we'll grab Past in Flames. Manamorphose. Pyretic Ritual, and Wish. We'll play Pyretic Ritual, say Tails. We win the flip, finally. Pyretic Ritual. We'll ultimate the rail. We hit Wish, we'll play that. So what's kind of cool here is that the spells are free, but they still trigger the Vivi. So essentially every spell is free mana now. We'll play Pyretic Ritual. Well, every spell revealed here, I should say. We'll sink in a Stupor to bounce the Chalice of the Void on one. Manamorphose. Blue. Let's play the Baral Chief of Compliance. I suppose I can play the Manamorphose from hand. Blue. I really want to win a game with the Vivi, so bear with me. That was one of my goals this league. I can make 15 mana right now, too. We'll grab Flame of Anor and sink in a Stupor. We'll cast the Flame of Anor. We'll draw 2, and then deal 5 to the Glaring Fleshraker. They're at 4. We'll play the Past in Flames. Pyretic Ritual. We'll play another copy of Wish. And I will kill my opponent by casting Stock Up. The first Stock Up ever to deal lethal. Maybe, who knows. But we're 2-0 now. Let's try to get the next 3. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3, we're on the play this time. Let's go. No mana. Mulligan. This seems fine. We'll bottom the Grape Shot. And then ideally, we could draw into like a Stock Up or a Gifts Ungiven. Grape Shot goes to the bottom. And now we're ready to go. Play Scalding Tarn and pass. They have 7 cards in their hand. Meticulous Archive. Okay. And they kept the card on top. We'll fetch. We'll grab Thundering Falls, Surveil. There's the Grape Shot we put on the bottom. Now it's in the graveyard. Misty Rainforest. We'll keep that in case I'd like to Surveil again. And we'll play Baral, Chief of Compliance. Send it back to the opponent. Darkslick Shores. What are you playing? Is this like Ad Nauseam? I guess it's not Ad Nauseam with a Fatal Push. But this mana base is a little odd. I guess it could be like the Esper Reanimator deck. Wish. Not a particularly good spot in this situation. Good draw in this situation, I should say. I have no idea what they're playing. It's got to be Reanimator, right? It's just I don't remember Reanimator playing Darkslick Shores. I think I'm going to cast the Flame of Anor here. We'll draw 2. Gifts Ungiven. So I could play the Surveil land, or I could Gifts on the end step. And I think I want to Gifts on the end step, so we'll pass here. They play land number 4. They have 6 cards in their hand. And step Gifts Ungiven, target you. And they counter spell, sure. Play the Thundering Falls, Surveil, keep Stock Up, pass the turn. So this is just like a weird Esper control deck. And I could try to Manamorphose into Stock Up right now because they fetched in the middle of my combat. So why don't we try that here? I'll play Manamorphose. Red. I mean, I could also empty the Warrens here. I could splice. I could go all in on empty the Warrens. Splice a Desperitual. Play this Desperitual. Play Wish. Storm is 4. And now we'll empty the Warrens for 10 Goblins. If they have a sweeper, I might cry myself to sleep, but this seems like a good spot to go for it. They play a basic Swamp. Okay. Do you have the answer? I hope not. Okay, well, a Fatal Push would indicate that they don't. That's good. And Thoughtseize. So they get my Stock Up here. That said, I do feel like 9 Goblins on the table is probably going to get the job done. This is a Murktide Regent because they're paying the Delve cost right now. 7. Okay, so they can't race the Goblins at least right now. The land does not help. So we'll attack, they'll block and take 8. And there's no point in me playing out the land, so I'm just going to pass. And they do not attack, so that means they're playing defense at the moment. My concern is if they attacked and played another large creature, what that would mean. We will swing. So they can block and take 7 down to 2. Alright, we'll pass. They Thought Scour themselves. So this is actually just like a Dimir Murktide splashing white. Interesting. The Unearth gives it away. Obviously, they're Dimir and have Murktide Region in play. But the Unearth is something that you really only see in the Dimir Frogtide decks. And they concede. We likely want the Flusterstorms. I don't think that this is a particularly good Vivi matchup, so I'm going to board it out. And I think I'm good just submitting this now. If you wanted to, you could try to keep in one Vivi over the Flame of Anor, but I really don't think Vivi's great here. Like, it just dies to Fatal Push. It takes up an entire turn. Counter spells, obviously. I think I'd rather just have the draw 2 available. On the draw, our opponent's taking a mulligan. We will keep. Fluted Delta. They could also be playing the Meticulous Archive for like a sideboard copy of Engineered Explosives, something like that. I think we want the Spell Pierce. Pass the turn. They grab Undercity Sewers. Gets rid of a Psychic Frog. So that could mean that they have Unearth, or they're looking for land number 2. Apparently they were looking for land number 2. We'll play the Misty Rainforest and pass. And step they Thought Scour. They mill over a land and a counterspell. They did find the land, though. Thoughtseize. I would like to Spell Pierce this. And they Spell Pierce my Spell Pierce. Okay. Thoughtseize resolves. I could fetch and Surveil first, but it doesn't even make sense, because why would I want less information? I want to know what the opponent discards here, and then how I can better find what I'm looking for. And they take the Brawl Chief of Compliance. We will fetch. Grab the Thundering Falls. Desperate Ritual. I think we keep that. If I can cycle Manamorphose into another ritual, we could empty the Warrens again. Let's try cycling the Manamorphose. I mean, they could have Force of Negation too. That's a possibility. We'll cycle the Manamorphose. Red, red. We did not hit it. Pass the turn. 2 mana for a Psychic Frog. I mean, this sort of play tells me that they probably have it, and we draw Past in Flames. Interesting. I could wish and just try to bounce the Psychic Frog this turn cycle and give myself another draw. I could also just try to resolve the Gifts Ungiven now. We'll do the Gifts. Let's see if we can eat up the Force of Negation that I think that they have. No. Okay. So we'll do Spell Pierce, Bluster Storm, Pyretic Ritual, and Desperate Ritual. So it's interesting, because if they give me the double ritual, it turns on Wish of being a protection spell, and I think ultimately that's what I want. And if they don't have it, then it doesn't matter. And if they give me the counter spells, that's fine too. And they gave me the mana. We will pass. They discard an Oculus to the Psychic Frog. I don't really care about that. And then they discard a Fatal Push. 3 cards remain in their hand. And they discard a Graveyard Trespasser. That's a spicy inclusion. They have 2 cards left, and now they're attacking for 4. They'll draw a card up to 3 cards in hand. And now they're going to unearth the Oculus with 2 cards left. So the thing I have to play around here is like a Spell Pierce or a Spell Snare. We'll play the Steam Vents untapped, play Pyretic Ritual, and Wish. I guess they could also have a Force of Negation, but I can beat a Force of Negation using the Pact of Negation in the sideboard. We'll play Desperate Ritual, and now I will splice Desperate Ritual. We could also play Stormscale Scion for a lot of very large dragons. Play the Desperate Ritual. I mean, could they beat an army of giant dragons? Like, is it dumb for me to play the Past in Flames here? They're at 14. Well, I guess if they have Consigned to Memory, I'd feel real foolish. So maybe we should play the Past in Flames. What makes sense why they haven't done anything yet is that they're sitting on Consigned to Memory. We'll play the Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual. We'll play the Manamorphose, blue and blue. Desperate Ritual, Storm 10, they're at 14. Let's play the other Manamorphose, blue, blue. Play Desperate Ritual, and Grape Shot for, no, I have to play a spell here. We'll play Consider. Keep the Desperate Ritual, play it, and Grape Shot. Target you. Storm trigger. It looks like they had nothing. Okay. Well, we beat Dimir Frogtide. That's good. We're now 3-0. 2 matches away from another trophy with Gift Storm. Can you believe it? Let's go try to win match number 4. Want early access to articles at theepicstorm.com? Become a member of our Patreon to get articles 7 days early, on top of other sweet benefits, and help us pay our website team. You can sign up at patreon.com/theepicstorm. Time for the 4th match. We're on the draw. I've opened up a 3-lander. None of them make red mana, but I still think that this is a keep. And we'll see what our opponent's up to. We're on the draw, so I do get a chance at drawing a red mana. We have Considers in our deck. We could always hit that red mana plus an action spell. Speaking of Consider, there it is. So I'll play the basic island and pass. Elegant Parlor, okay. Gets rid of basic plains, so maybe like an Orzhov Sewer style deck, but playing red too. They play Sacred Foundry. Voice of Victory. I'll play Consider. Keep the Misty. So we found a red mana. Okay, so now I just need a payoff spell. That's what we're really looking for. I'll grab the Steam Vents. Ouch. Play Rail Monsoon Mage. And pass. Hopefully my creature lives. 3 mana for a Flage. Never. Never, ever, ever. Okay. I suppose this could be energy, but main deck Voice of Victory is something I haven't seen. That said, I'm not a modern expert. We hit the Past in Flames. Play the Otawara, and let's slam Vivi. Do you have another removal spell? And Thraben Charm. Brutal. Okay. They have 2 cards left in their hand. Thundering Falls, we'll play it. Put the Morphos to the graveyard. Pass the turn. No idea what this is. Oh, that's a Ragavan. Okay, sure. So now they attack. I can't play anything due to the Voice of Victory. And they hit a Misty Rainforest with the Ragavan. They play a Fable. And now I'm pressured to try to win. So yeah, this is just like a Weird Art energy deck. So we'll start by playing Manamorphose. Blue-red. Steam Vents. Play Pyretic Ritual. Play Pyretic Ritual. Play the Desper Ritual. Play the Steam Vents, I suppose. Ouch. Play Past in Flames. And I think I'm going to start with a Consider in case I hit a cost reducer or something. Stock up. I mean, stock up's pretty good. I think we keep the stock up. Maybe that's crazy. Play Pyretic Ritual. Let's play a Manamorphose. See if I can hit a Enabler. Another Pyretic Ritual. So if I play the stock up, I'd only have 2 mana floating after, which is a concern. I'll play the Pyretic Ritual. Play the stock up. Rail Monsoon Mage, and Manamorphose. Okay, I'm at 4, so I need to not die to my own Rail. Play the Rail Monsoon Mage. And now we will play Desper Ritual. Trigger the Rail. Tails. We win the flip. Yes. Ultimate the Rail. Okay, we'll play Pyretic Ritual for free. Play Manamorphose from the graveyard. And they concede. Nice. So we've beaten energy in game number 1. I think all the alt arts just messed with my head for a second. Okay, so I actually like Spell Pierce in this matchup. It's good versus the removal. They have Orm's Chant sideboard. They have Deafening Silence, Thraben Charm. There's a lot that we want Spell Pierce for. I think you have to take out Considers. And then I actually kind of like Flusterstorm in the matchup too. But the question is, can we afford to have Flusterstorm in our deck versus energy? I don't think so. I think we just need the bounce spells plus Spell Pierce. So I will submit this. On the draw for game number 2. I think this is so close to being good. So if I draw land, it's 5 mana into Wish. You would need 7 in order to empty. Yeah, this is a mulligan. Keep this. Get rid of the Otawara, Sacred Foundry, into Guide of Souls. Play the Misty, pass the turn. Arena of Glory. They attack. Ouch. 2 mana here. For a Voice of Victory. Sure. We'll fetch. Thundering Falls. And Surveil. Keep the stock up. And I think I'm just supposed to slam the Baral. Like, if it goes unchecked, I probably win. And they're not guaranteed to have the removal. They do have Galvanic Discharge into Elegant Parlor. Okay. And now they'll swing. The Voice of Victory will trigger the Guide of Souls, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's just a really good combo. I'm at 12. Played the Steam Vents tapped. And then I think we're going to bounce the Voice of Victory. I just need to buy time. They play another Sacred Foundry. They play Voice of Victory with haste. And another Voice of Victory with haste. I might be dead here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. This is insane. Holy moly. They didn't use... I guess you only get one, so I'm at 3. Another Pass in Flames. There's nothing I can stock up into in order to win. So I could go like Ritual stock up floating 2, but then there's nothing that enables me to win this. So we're dead. We can just go to the next one. Very good draw from the opponent. Okay. On the play. Sure. So the game plan with a hand like this would be to essentially just try to run them out of removal and get one of these wizards to stick. Marsh Flats. They find Sacred Foundry. Into Ragavan. We'll grab Thundering Falls. Keep the Pyretic Ritual, I think. Play the Steam Vents. And rail Monsoon Mage. Come on, no removal spell, pretty please. No removal spell. Guide of Souls. They fetch. Deafening Silence. So no removal spell. But they do have a Deafening Silence. We'll play Steam Vents untapped. Play the Vivi Ornitier. Pass the turn. They fetch with Arid Mesa. Seasoned Pyromancer. Sure. And now they swing, and they can pump up the Ragavan with the Guide of Souls, and they did that. So I need to kill this Ragavan. They hit Pyretic Ritual as my top card. Into the Flood Maw. I mean, I could try to win here off the rail. I would have to draw spells off the Flame of Anor, which might be risky. I'm going to kill... I'm going to draw 2 and kill the Ragavan. Trigger the rail. Say Tails. We win the flip. I think I'm actually going to flip the rail here. And now Vivi gets a little bit larger. And now I can minus the rail, kill the Guide of Souls, and I get to draw a card. Because I have a blue creature with the Vivi. Play Scalding Tarn, pass the turn. And then next turn, we can try to do something. They Surveil with Elegant Parlor. They're going to attack my rail. I might as well kill an elemental token here. Ocelot Pride, that's fine. Let's fetch. I'd like to see my top card with the Thundering Falls. Gifts Ungiven. Yes. End step, we will... bounce the Deafening Silence. You can have a fish. And our opponent just snap conceded the match. Nice. We're 4-0. About to play for a trophy again with Giftstorm. I'd like to make it back-to-back. Let's see if we can make that work. The Gold Sabertooth times the Epic Storm collection has arrived with 3 full-size tokens showcasing the beloved Dark Ritual, CDH Rogsai, and Legacy of the Epic Storm for just $5. On the backs of these tokens, there's a place for my signature or a custom message. In addition to these sweet tokens, a friendly reminder that all orders that ship from theepicstorm.com also come with a signed Storm token from yours truly. For the trophy, match number 5, we're on the play. Yeah, we keep this. I think I'm going to lead on the Otawara in case I need to play Spell Pierce. This way I don't have to give up using the Surveil land. They play a Scalding Tarn. Okay. We draw another stock up. We needed a land there. Hindsight, knowing our opponent wasn't going to do anything, I would have played the Scalding Tarn, but we didn't know that. Undercity Sewer, so likely the Dimir Frogtide deck again. And they kept a card on top. Bloodstained Mire. We'll fetch. Grab the Thundering Falls, and Surveil. Get rid of the Consider. We did not draw the land. We have to pass. They fetch with the Bloodstained Mire for a Raucous Theater, so maybe not Dimir Frogtide. And then again, we did see a Meticulous Archive out of that deck earlier, so who knows. They play a Thoughtseize. I will Spell Pierce. Okay, it's been countered. Uggin's Labyrinth? I don't know anything anymore. They exile an Emrakul. And I will Spell Pierce this. Get out of here. So it's like a Through the Breach style deck. I really need that third land. I suppose I'll take a Rail Monsoon Mage. Pass the turn. We need them to not have a removal spell here. They play a basic Swamp. Otherworldly Gaze. That's a spicy one. I played this card a lot in the Lotus Breach when Underworld Breach was still legal. 2 black mana for a Goryo's Vengeance. Wow. Yeah, I guess they hit off the Otherworldly Gaze. Okay, they got me. Bummer. That was devastating. We'll bring in Flusterstorms. We likely don't need the Flame... actually, the Flame of Anora can destroy the artifact. Maybe I just brought out the Vivi. And maybe we'll bring in the other Flame over a stock up. On the play. If you hit the land, this is incredible. Oh my. But they are a Thoughtseize deck. My gut tells me to mulligan. This is more consistent. We'll try this. Get rid of the Misty Rainforest. And they mulligan to 5. We'll play Thundering Falls, Surveil. Flame of Anora to the graveyard. We don't need that right now. Scalding Tarn. We draw Spell Pierce. Play the Rail Monsoon Mage. Pass the turn. They fetch. And Surveil with the Undercity Sewers. Bloodstained Mire. They have 5 cards remaining. Sink in a Stupor. We'll play the Sink as a land. Stock up. Trigger the Rail. We'll say Tails. We lose the flip. Ouch. Stock up. They Spell Pierce. I'm going to let this go. We'll attack. I don't want to risk losing the match because I wanted to get greedy about a stock up. We have the Gifts Ungiven already. I just need to draw a ritual. They grab a Raucous Theater. Eldrazi Temple. Psychic Frog, sure. They're playing a lot of colorless lands in their deck to be playing Psychic Frog, but, you know, people can get away with it. We'll try Manamorphose. This seems like a good spot to try to win. Trigger the Rail. We'll say Tails. We win the flip. No. Red. Another Manamorphose. Honestly, not that bad. We'll say Tails. We win the flip. No. Red. We drew a Misty. We can fetch. Grab an island. Manamorphose. Trigger the Rail. Spell number 3. We'll say Tails. We lose the flip. Red. Gifts Ungiven targeting you. Spell number 4. Say Tails. We lose the flip. Gifts Ungiven. Past in Flames. Desperate Ritual. Pyretic Ritual. And then the final copy of Manamorphose. Our opponent ended up giving me 2 rituals, so I can play one, respond with the other, and now this gives me slightly higher odds in order to flip the Rail because either spell could do it. If you wait on the first flip, then this one cannot flip. Where if you wait on where if you stack them, they both have the possibility of flipping. So I could consider here. I'd rather keep my mana open. We win the flip, so yes, I'll transform. We'll say Tails, doesn't matter. And now we'll minus the Rail, or ultimate the Rail, whatever you'd like to call it. So we can play all of these instants for free. So it's bounce the Psychic Frog. Alright, and the opponent concedes. So we win game number 2, but now we need to win game 3 on the draw. I wonder how crazy it is to not have Flame of Anora in the deck. Like, it just seems very expensive. Maybe the stock up is better. And then 1 into the Flood Maw, maybe? Just because I could bounce a frog early with it. Okay, well I have double Spell Pierce. What I don't have is more lands. We're on the draw. I get to use the Misty for a Surveil land, theoretically. We'll try this. I'm a little concerned it's too reactive and not enough mana. They began with a mulligan. Bloodstained Mire, and they pass. We hit the land. I'll play the Misty. Pass the turn. So they've yet to play something other than like a Thoughtseize that I would need to Spell Pierce. And they could have played it turn 1. They didn't. So I'm going to choose to potentially Surveil this turn instead. They kept a card on top. They play a Steam Vents. And they're passing. We'll fetch. Grab the Thundering Falls. Definitely want the land. Beautiful. Play Scalding Tarn and pass. Ugin's Labyrinth. They exile Emrakul. That's scary. And step will fetch. Grab the Thundering Falls. I think we want the lands. Because then I could stock up while holding open counter spells. Play the Steam Vents. Pass the turn. 4 mana here. Or a Kozilek's command for 2. Sure. So the downside of this is my spell pierces might be shut off because they have so much mana now. Yeah, they have 7 available mana. Thoughtseize resolves. They take the stock up. Okay. Interesting. And now another Thoughtseize. So this probably takes the other stock up if I had to guess. And then they took 1 spell pierce. That's so odd. Trinisphere. Okay. That's awkward for me. Cycle will make blue blue. Gifts Ungiven. Sure. I mean, we can still win this. Play Steam Vents. And I think I'd like to just stock up. They only have 1 card in their hand. I did board in a Flood Maw. None of these are good. I think it's Morphos and land. Yeah, Morphos land. Pass the turn. Is this a Faithless Looting? No. I guess it is. Oh, because they had to pay 3 for the Trinisphere. Yep. If this is discard a large creature plus, what is it called? Goryo's Vengeance, I lose. I can't do anything about it. Surgical Extraction and Watery Grave. They play Eldrazi Temple, no cards left in their hand. Considers the draw. We'll play Scalding Turn and pass. I could try to main phase Gifts Ungiven, but if they like spike a really big Kozilek's command, I'd like to be able to potentially weaken it with a Spell Pierce. Flashback the Surgical. Or I'm sorry, flashback the Faithless Looting. Yeah, you got it. They discard Bloodstained Mire Faithless Looting. End step will fetch. We have 1 more fetchable left in the deck. We'll play Gifts Ungiven, targeting them. It resolves. So I could grab Otawara, stock up. Or I'm sorry, Otawara, Sink in a Stupor into the Flood Maw, and then 1 other card. I could also do Wish into Flame of Anor. I'll do Wish, Otawara, Sink in a Stupor, and I guess I'll do Flood Maw. Okay. We'll see what they give me. They gave me Sink in a Stupor and Otawara. Okay. We'll play the island, pass the turn. They flashback Faithless Looting, and they did discard the large creature here. Another Trinisphere. Oh my. That is so backbreaking. I think we have to let this go. End step will consider. They think we want the Brawl. Consider again. Get rid of the gifts. We don't need it. Another Sink in a Stupor. I'm just trying to think of how I can stay alive here. And this might be greedy. But if I play Otawara pass, or I could just theoretically, I could just discard the second Brawl. But if I pass, I can end step bounce both Trinispheres. And then if they do have the Goryo's Vengeance, I can Sink in a Stupor twice, but then like, I don't think I could recover on the following turn. So I think we're supposed to play the Otawara and then pass the turn. They play Ugin's Labyrinth, and it looks like they're passing. End step, bounce Trinisphere. End step, bounce Trinisphere. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. We can now get our last fetchable land. 32 cards left in deck, and we haven't seen a single ritual. We'll play Baral, Chief of Compliance. Play the Manamorphose. They have 1 unknown card. We know that 2 of them are Trinispheres. And there's our first ritual. We'll play it. Play the Past in Flames. Alright, it resolves. We'll play Desperate Ritual. Let's try a stock up. Take the Desperate Ritual and Wish. Play the Desperate Ritual. Play Manamorphose. We'll make 2 blue. Play the other stock up. Storm 8. I'm sorry, Storm 9. That's 4 rituals and a stock up. I guess we'll take a couple rituals here. Play the Pyretic. We'll play Consider. And the opponent concedes the match. Back-to-back 5-0 trophies with Gift Storm. Granted, 2 months apart, but we've done it. Wow. Who would have thought Gift Storm would be the solution to Modern Storm combo? Feels pretty good, I have to say. Loved the deck list. I don't think I'd change anything. The only change from the last video was Vivi Ornitier over 1 copy of Flame of Anor and 1 Brawl Chief of Compliance. And I mean, Vivi was decent this league too. Let me know what you think of Vivi in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. There's no better way to support our channel. If you're interested in elevating your combo game, visit theepicstorm.com/tutoring for details about our coaching sessions. Don't worry, there's more great combo content coming right up.